This is me and Corey in English class. Notice how we have iPods in and Corey is dancing. Corey's birthday is on Monday.
I always considered myself a very spiritual person, and I was mad. I was angry, and I didn't want anybody to tell me that there was a reason for this, or that pray to God, or I was furious because all I could think of was, if there is a loving God out there, how could this happen? Corey was coming home from an evening out with her girlfriends. She was a passenger in the car.
I answered the phone and she said, "Caitlin, Corey was in a car accident. I think you should come to the hospital."
The driver of the car was stopped at a stop sign. It is a very dangerous intersection, less than a mile from where we live.
And I said, "Is she okay? What happened?" And she said, "You just need to come."
She was taking a left-hand turn to head north, and as she proceeded through the intersection, a truck came and T-boned Corey on the right-hand side. I go to the ER, and I check in and say, my daughter was in an accident, and this is who I am, and the nurse says, "Oh, wait here."
We got there, we couldn't find my mom right away because we were in the waiting room, and all of a sudden these doors opened and there she was, and she waved us back.
It seemed like days. Why aren't they coming out? Why does this take so long? It could have been 10 minutes, but it felt like 10 hours.
And we went back into Corey's room, and it was just it was crazy. I didn't know what to expect.
So when I walked in the room and I saw her, I was like, my breath left. And something came over me like a switch. And I instantly pulled it together. We would be in the ICU and they would ask us to leave because of procedures that they needed to do or they needed to change, whatever. And what we found out later was that she almost died twice.
News changed every minute. Every time we asked the doctor for an update, it was something different, And the night of the accident, it was just making it through the night. The 24, 48-hour window after the accident is the most important.
I was taking the glass out of her hair, and I just said to her, "Don't you worry about a thing, everything's gonna be fine, I'm here."
You're just totally powerless, just sitting in a big waiting room.
What are you asking me? What, am I supposed to be making a decision? Am I supposed to be pulling a plug now? Am I supposed to be, what does this mean? I said to her, if you want to go, if you think that this is too much for you to live through, go. We're gonna be fine. If you choose to stay, I promise you that whatever it takes, we're gonna get you back, and I'll be there with you. I won't ever leave you. She sustained broken femur, pelvic fractures, left clavicle, broken neck, but the worst injury was the traumatic brain injury.
She had a diffuse axonal injury, which pretty much comes from the brain slashing around in the head, bumping up against the skull, and a combination of a twisting that then tears the nerves and puts most people in a coma for the rest of their lives.
I couldn't be mom. I wasn't qualified to fix this. And it was driving me crazy not knowing how to get it better, how to fix this, how to take care of John Paul and Caitlin and help them through it, how to take care of me and help me through it.
We didn't know how long this was gonna be, how long would she be in a coma for, would she wake up, what, if there's brain damage.
It was like a swirl of emotion that I could feel. Everything was tingling, but yet the core of me was numb.
because she was 18 and not a child, she couldn't go to a hospital for children. She couldn't go to a children's hospital. Because she's not elderly, she can't go to, a nursing home. She's not a veteran. It's almost like there's this pocket of people that just fall right through the cracks of this system.
She survived 2 brain surgeries and a femur surgery. And then it was time to go. This can't be her. This can't be her life. How did we get here? What are we going to do? Where do we go from here? We move into the rehab hospital. When you go into a facility, every week the insurance company requires documentation to show functional improvement. As long as you continue to show progress, they'll continue to pay the bills. The problem with this plan is traumatic brain injury is not a broken leg that heals in 6 weeks.
Hey, Corey, we're going home. We are going home.
An insurance company's a business, and that they're there to make money and save money.
When you don't have money and you don't have connections, it's her life. It's how much does it cost?
I think a lot of that terminology and a lot of the red tape and a lot of the barriers to care are for those reasons, as opposed to, if my kid were in a car accident and had a TBI, I'd want them to have anything possible to make them better.
So here's your average person. Corey's over here, and then the concussion is over here. Very different realm, okay? Everybody in between. Corey is given the same exact tests that are given to the concussion.
My theory about medicine is we don't know it all. That's why it's called an art. And especially with brain injuries and the brain in general and neurons and things like that, they regenerate in ways we can't explain. So physical therapy is paramount. Occupational therapy is as important as life-sustaining medication.
We had to show and document her progress to lead the insurance company to look beyond the standard test and look at Corey as an individual.
Socialized healthcare, it's been a hot topic for a long time here. I remember watching it and being so sad for these families that couldn't get the healthcare they needed because of money. But it was never personal until now.
We didn't get a progress this week, but look what she did over a 3-week period. Her healing cannot happen week to week.
These insurance companies turned Corey down. They just said no. And in this case, it's like life or death, And they never met Corey, they never talked to her, they never see her.
We had to fight week to week to keep her there for an extra 6 months. That first year, you go through a mourning process. You mourn the senior prom, graduation, senior week, vacations gone, sending the kids off to college, homecoming, Thanksgiving, Christmas. There are milestones all in the first year. Once you hit that first year, there's no more milestones. Now all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, this is forever.
We're all really proud of her. I think this is what she was meant to do, in a weird, backwards way.
Oh, it's so nice.
Well, when the doctors told me that this was a long road, I had no idea what that meant.
You have to move forward. And you have to love your family, and you have to love your friends.
Oh, Corey. Well, she is a piece of work. The one thing is that she still has a sense of humor. So some of the renovations to the house was making it handicap accessible for the wheelchair. The wheelchair now has access to outside We can sit out on the back deck and barbecue and enjoy the neighbors just like we did before. The family up in New York threw a fundraiser for Corey, and the results of the fundraiser was giving us a check that we were able to buy a used van, one that is fitted for Corey as a handicap van. This particular van was owned by a veteran and his wife. He actually fought in Afghanistan. He was a traumatic brain injury survivor. Unfortunately, he passed away. He was in his late 40s. She sits down. She sits here. Her wheelchair comes right up. These locks release and hook to her chair, like this. Now I'm where she would be, obviously. This comes around her for a shoulder belt, and this comes up and goes around her wheelchair to lock her in place. And then we can go to doctor's appointments, we can go to the mall, we can go to New York to see the family. I can only imagine how frustrating it is for her to be trapped inside her own body, for her to know that she can do it, but her body can't physically do it. Go ahead. There you go. Now put it in here. Ta-da. I don't know what she can't do. So I have day one treated her and told her, you will go back to college, you will, learn to cook, you will be doing everything. Right now you're not in college, so we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna get you to that point. Corey wants to go to Johnson & Wales for culinary arts. So we went, one of the key therapies that I have for her in order to achieve that goal is cooking therapy. And I went online to find Googled adaptive cooking utensils. We can place a small bowl or a cup against this space, and then she uses this to cut, this space in here to cut, but she can also get the knife between the area here as well. So it's whatever we need to position is held against this wall, and then we can manipulate as we need. Some people have said to me, Marie, you can't tell her that. She may never get to college. Okay, so if I tell her that, do you think she's going to try? So I treat her, I don't know what she can't do, so I treat her as if she can do anything. Oh, that's a tough split. She's learning, and now this marries into other apps where she can then touch to type, or tap to talk is another program that we had. She's been working every single day, and as long as she keeps working hard, and that's my job, is to make sure that she keeps working hard.
Did you get a haircut? I think your bangs look shorter since I've been here. It's been a little while, but that looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah? I also heard you went to work at Candy for All Occasions.
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Do you remember what you made there?
No.
I remember. I think they were Irish potatoes. Were they good?
You are learning to talk, you're learning to walk, you're learning, it's like I've got a baby all over again. And I get to see her, all her firsts are coming back again. Who's gonna take care of me then? You? You promise? Pinky swear? Or Caitlin? I wouldn't count on Caitlin. No, I'm better off looking to you. Yeah.
Medically speaking, I would say her improvements are phenomenal. But as someone who loves Corey, loves her family, and I love God, her improvements are miraculous.
Corey just keeps blowing people away. Just straight up blowing them out of the water. A year ago, she couldn't move her right side of the body, or she couldn't move any of her body.
Corey should have died. Corey almost died. Corey Corey's prognosis was she'll never walk, she'll never talk, she'll never eat, she'll never anything. Corey can say to me, I love you. Corey can walk. You know, like, it's a miracle.
And what do I tell you all the time? Who are we doing this for? And why are we doing it? I love you is right. How much do I love you? So much, but where? To the moon and back. Mm-hmm.